Okay, I am back and I'm going to make a nice classic homemade eggnog. Now I make this every year and my family loves it. And gosh, years ago I started making it because my family did love it, and it's expensive in the stores. And I thought, you know what? I can make this. I can do this. So this is what I've done every year. So with this recipe, and I'll put it in my description box, or you know what? You'll find it on my website. That's where I'm going to have it. But for this right now, I've got 4 cups of whole milk. And I've got 3 cups of good heavy cream. And I'm going to turn that on medium. Give that a little bit of a stir. Because we want this to heat up to about 160 degrees. You know, so we're going to work at getting that heated up. In the meantime, I've got 12 eggs that I separated. And I may have to move the camera. Let me slide you around right here so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe, maybe not. In here I've got 12 egg yolks. In this bowl here I've got the egg whites, which I'm going to show you that later, how I do that. But with the egg yolks, I've got 1 cup of sugar I'm going to add to that. Okay? I'm going to take my great big whisk, and I'm going to whisk these until they're light. I mean, and this is going to take a little bit of muscles here. I want to whip this until it's nice and light and fluffy looking. Okay? And that looks good. I got a little something. Maybe a piece of shell. Must have been. Okay. This can just take a few minutes. You know what? I'm just going to keep whipping like this. And when I get ready to add it to the milk mixture, milk and cream mixture, I'll be back and I'll show you that step. I got tired of whipping them by hand. I using my emulsion blender. I got a whisk attachment for it. And I just gave it a good whipping so it's nice and fluffy and light. And I will show you that. We are going to use that again. See how light and airy and fluffy it is? That's what we want. Okay, now our milk, give that a stir because you don't want it, see it's good and steaming. Now, that means it's pretty good. We want to take that off the heat. Actually, we're going to set that right up here where you can see. Now, we're going to temper our eggs because we want to mix this all together, and we certainly don't want any scrambled eggs. So this is how we're going to temper our eggs. We're going to pour a little bit of this, you can see okay, into our eggs. And we're going to give them a nice mix. Otherwise you'll have nothing but a bunch of scrambled eggs. That's tempering your eggs. Okay. Got them mixed up pretty good. Set that over there. We're going to put this back on the heat a little bit. Look at that. Now we are going to put our eggs into our mixture over here. Okay. Don't want to waste any of that. Let me fix the camera. Okay, I got it all in my pan, and I've got a little thermometer here because you're going to want to bring this at least between 160 and 170 degrees in order to make your eggs safe. So, this is going to take a few minutes. So until I get it up to there, you want to stir it constantly, and you don't want it to boil. You got to keep a really close eye on this. So you're going to stir it constantly. And when it gets up to 160 degrees, I'll be back and show you what I do. Okay, friends, now that this has reached temp, I turned the heat off, and I'm going to just slide it right off the burner. Now, for my egg, let me slide my camera further here. Now for my egg whites, I'm going to whip these. Not until they're completely stiff, but I want them, you know, to where they hold their shape, because that's going to go in there. And I also got a 1/3 cup of sugar to add into that. So we're going to start mixing these, and then I'm going to slowly add about a 1/3 cup of sugar to them. This really looks nice. I love this thing. It beats all the work of doing it by hand. I'm going to slowly add the sugar in. Beat them until they just hold their shape. So this may take a minute. So you know what? Let me get that. I'll show you how they're supposed to look. Okay, I'll be right back. See how this kind of holds its shape, but yet it's not stiff peaks or, you know, it's still pretty soft, but it holds its shape. That's what you want. That's what's going to make your eggnog nice. So we're going to set that aside. Now, this... it has cooled for, well, I bet you it was about good 10 minutes that has been cooling. I'm going to stick my finger there, make sure it's not too hot. No, it's pretty good. Okay, now to this, I am going to add about a teaspoon of my ground nutmeg. You can certainly use fresh. I didn't have any fresh, so I'm going to use my ground. Actually, I think I might just use a 1/2 teaspoon. No, I doubled this. I did double this recipe, so there we go. And then I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And in there. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. This stuff is so good. Now, this is the point in time where you could add your, you know, your liquor, your alcohol, your booze, whatever you want to put in it. I'm just going to give this a good little mix right here. Okay, and I'm going to slowly add my egg whites to this. About a 1/3 at a time. You don't have to worry about folding it in. You just want to mix it right in there really good. You get it good and mixed in before you add the next. Okay? Put in another bunch. This is really a treat. We always have, every year I make this, and I make it several times throughout the holiday season. Some of my friends, when I go visit them, I take them, you know, a nice homemade quart of, I usually use a 2-quart container, but I'll make them a nice 2-quart container of my homemade eggnog, and oh my gosh, they love it. So see how beautiful that is? Absolutely. And there you have it, friends. It's that easy. Now you're just going to want to take this, after of course we taste it. This we can taste. You're going to want to take this though, and Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. Mmm. That is fantastic. You're going to want to take it and put it in a jug and put it in your fridge and let it get nice and cold before you serve it. And then you can just garnish it with just a little bit of nutmeg, and it's absolutely beautiful. Now you can add cinnamon to this too if you'd like. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I didn't today. But you could add cinnamon. But for now, I'm going to pour this into a nice jug, probably a couple 2-quart jugs. And I'm going to put it in the fridge and let it cool. And I'm going to enjoy a little bit of eggnog later. So that's how easy it is, friends. And you'll find the recipe on my website under the under the holidays, the frugal living. I've got a holiday section for holiday recipes under there, and that's where you'll find my eggnog. So, thank you for watching.